Good morning, everyone. This is Rahul Sharma, Vedic practitioner from Chicago. Today, I will be releasing my video number 151 on the Surya Mantra, which is a box number 17 in the Sarvatobhadra Mandal, and this has been taken from the Karmkand Bhaskar, page 90, written and published by my Gurudev Pandit Shriram Sharmacharya, Mata Bhagavati Devi Sharma. As you have been watching my previous video, the series for this 33 boxes in the Sarvatobhadra Mandal. The Surya Mantra is for the symbol of clarity and radiance and the journey from darkness to light, as it is obvious, which will develop your leadership, vision, and the vital force. So we are focusing on box number 17. So the Sanskrit shloka in the Karmkand Bhaskar goes like this: Om A Krishnen Rajasa Vartamano Niveshanip Amratam Vratyam Cha Hiranyasen Savita Ratheno Devo Yati Bhuvanani Pashyan. Again, I do not expect anyone to understand the true meaning and what our Vedic authors wanted us to understand. That's the reason Gurudev has translated everything in Hindi, and from Hindi now I am able to at least narrate in English. So in Hindi, specific literal meaning of this mantra is सूर्य देव अपनी काली किरणों अंधकार से घूमते हुए अमृत और मृत्यु दोनों को स्थापित करते हैं। सुनहरे रथ में विराजमान सविता देवता सभी लोगों को देखते हुए गमन करते हैं। Again, this is like a poetic description. You already know and understand there is no such chariot and there is no such Surya Devta sitting on that rath, but this is the poetic explanation about the mantra. The benefit of meditating on this mantra is जीवन में प्रकाश, ऊर्जा और दिव्य दृष्टि प्रदान करता है। सूर्य की तरह यह स्पष्टता और तेज लाता है। अंधकार से प्रकाश की ओर यात्रा का प्रतीक है। नेतृत्व, दृष्टि और जीवन शक्ति विकसित करता है। Now for my friends who understand English, so the literal meaning of this shloka is the sun god moving with his dark rays illuminating darkness. I know that it is confusing. Establishes both immortality and mortality. The divine Savita riding in his golden chariot travels observing all worlds. That's only the literal meaning of the English, the shloka, but that doesn't give you anything what to apply in the life, and that's where the benefit comes here. This mantra provides light, energy, and divine vision in life. It brings clarity and radiance like the sun. If you are going through the life challenges when you are confused and there's a lot of fog and you don't know, where the life is turning and what you need to do, you need to pray about this mantra and then symbolize the journey from darkness to light, and this will develop your leadership, vision, and vital power. That's the literal meaning. Those my friends who understand in Gujarati, here is the literal meaning in Gujarati in the earth, and the labh is the benefit what somebody can gain from this Surya mantra in box 17 if you meditate on that. Now let's truly understand the entire philosophy of Gurudev Pandit Shriram Sharma Acharya when he translated all these Vedas and Puran in Hindi, and then he wrote a lot of other books, 3,400 plus books, to really provide what as a Sanatani or what as a Vedic practitioner we should really bring changes in ourselves for the Vichar Kranti Abhiyan. So he taught Surya is not merely a celestial body, but the supreme symbol of the consciousness, knowledge, and divine vision. This mantra phrase, Pashyan Bhuvanani, means observing all worlds, represent the awakened awareness that sees truth clearly. In his commentary on Gayatri and Savita, Gurudev explained Surya moves with the Krishnan Rajasa, that means dark rays that illuminate darkness. It transforms it into light. Similarly, an enlightened person does not run from ignorance, but it eliminates it with the knowledge. The golden chariot represents the vehicle of the wisdom. So we all have the opportunity to travel on the wisdom vehicle of our wisdom. Now, from the Hindi book which Gurudev has written on top of the translation of Vedas and Puran, Gayatri ka Shakti Strot, Savita Devta. Savita, the sun, is called the source of Gayatri's power because consciousness or pragya or discriminative power is like sunlight. It reveals what was always there but hidden in darkness. Just because we don't know something doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Things have been existing since the origin, but we are learning about them now with the knowledge and technology and other things. The Surya Mantra established both Amritam, which is immortality and the truth, and the Martyam, which is mortality illusion, showing the discriminating vision of the wisdom. That's the reason Gurudev has done the Gayatri Sadhana for 24 years, chanting 24 lakhs, which is 2.4 million times Gayatri Mantra each year for 24 years. So this month, vision of Surya observing all world represent the Vichar Kranti revolution of the Gurudev for the comprehensive awareness. When we say Avahan, that means invocation of the Surya Mantra, call upon the inner clarity, wisdom to see truth beyond appearances. Establishing this mantra within ourselves is creating daily practice of discrimination of Vivek, Buddhi, separating eternal from the temporary. That's why you need to chant Gayatri Mantra every single day. And lastly, the meditate on this mantra means contemplate on the witness consciousness that observes all without attachment. This transforms us from being lost in darkness, which is ignorance, to radiant source of light, which is wisdom, like the sun that doesn't seek light, but it is light by itself. We don't seek truth, but become truth through awakened consciousness. So if you want to read the Hindi book, Gayatri Ka Shakti Strot, Savitr Devta and Gayatri Mahavigyan, chapters of Surya as Supreme Consciousness and Journey from Tamas, which is darkness, to Jyoti, light. You will be able to gain more insight. Now let's talk about some practical examples. People who have, without even knowledge of the Vedas or Sanskrit or other thing, they have already leveraged this power. And that's the reason the knowledge, the truth always existed. Doesn't matter who wrote it when. First example I'm going to take is the Mary Curie. Everybody has learned about her in our college time, a Nobel laureate scientist who embodies Surya's principle of illuminating darkness. She invoked courage to study radioactivity when science was shrouded in mystery. She established pioneering research that shed light on the atomic structure and meditated on the principle that truth reveals itself through persistent observation, exactly like Surya Pashyan Bhuvanani, observing all worlds. Her famous quote, "Nothing in life is to be feared, it is only to be understood. Now is the time to understand more so that we may fear less," perfectly demonstrates Surya consciousness, bringing light, understanding to darkness of fear. Like the sun's golden chariot, traversing the sky, she traveled through the darkness of ignorance with the vehicle of scientific method. She literally illuminated darkness, her radium glowed in the dark. As a benefit of following this philosophy of Sun Mantra, she became the first woman to win Nobel Prize, a person to win Nobel in two science and chemistry, discovered the radium, opened pathways for the cancer treatment, and proved that avoiding the darkness serves all the humanity. The second example is of Nelson Mandela. I have used his example in many other videos because he literally has followed most of the Vedic practitioner what we do. He is a political leader, anti-apartheid icon. Mandela demonstrated Surya wisdom of establishing both immortality and mortality, understanding what endures versus what passes. He invoked moral clarity in apartheid's darkness, established truth and reconciliation to illuminate justice, and meditated on the observer consciousness that sees beyond race and seeing humanity itself. His perspective from the prison, "I am fundamentally an optimist. Part of being optimist is keeping one's head pointed towards the sun, one's feet moving forward." Literal Surya consciousness, like the sun observing all world without judgment, yet illuminating truth. Mandela witnessed injustice, but responded with light, not with darkness. His golden chariot was moral authority that commanded global respect. As a benefit, he dismantled apartheid, became president of Democratic South Africa, Nobel Peace Prize winner, and established the Reconciliation Commission and lived embodying immortal principles. He proved that consciousness illumination can transform the nations. Now, of course, Gurudev book, I already mentioned about Gayatri Sadhana or Yajna Prakriya. You can learn more about it, but there are similar teachings in today's perspective with different authors. The two recommended books is the Book of Forgiving by Desmond Tutu, and who led the South Africa's Truth and Reconciliation Commission with Mandela, provides the fourfold path to heal ourselves and our world, telling the story, naming the hurt, granting forgiveness, renewing or releasing the relationship. His work healed a nation torn by apathy. Now, how does it relate to Agni Mantra, this book? It directly teaches how to remove all the haters through conscious forgiveness practice. Shows how Agni's purifying fire, the facing painful truth, combined with compassion, transform enemies into understanding the essence of knowing the divine love. The second book is about radical acceptance by Tara Brach, and how this book relates to the Agni Mantra. This teaches the inner purification by removing self-hatred and shame, and shows how the invocation, self-compassion, establishes the mindful acceptance and meditate on the inherent worthiness. Yes, that's the two books which you can pick up as an action item. Understand the meaning and true benefits of Surya Mantra, and when you need to chant, have a card of Sarvatobhadra Mandal in your wallet to remind you of these 33 characteristics which you can invoke within yourself with your own efforts to reap all the rewards and get all the riddhis and siddhis. This specific month is going to help you to removing hatred and enmity from life, developing courage and leadership, purifying the negative emotions, and creating inner radiance if you are struggling through those. As recommended, these two books are part of that, but if you need the full list of books, you can feel free to click on this link. I'm continuing to update this list as I'm keep doing research myself. If you still have any recommendation for me for new topics or any question about this video, feel free to write me an email at rahulrenusharma@gmail.com. Thank you.